August 22, 2025, 12:48 a.m. In pitch-black waters 170 nautical miles west of Panama, a U.S. Navy P-8A Poseidon detected a massive heat signature, nearly 350 feet long. Its name? Santa Muerte, the Holy Death. But this was no ordinary ship. It was a floating drug factory, a fortress built to poison the world. Inside its 320-foot hull were 6 labs, 8 chemical reactors, and cargo holds packed with 30 tons of heroin, 42 tons of cocaine, and 20 tons of crystal meth. A $12 billion payload below deck. 300 civilians from 17 countries worked as slaves. Among them, 80 Americans, fishermen, a retired firefighter, a young engineer, forced into 16-hour shifts. Resistance meant electrocution, or worse, organ harvesting. At the helm stood Gonzalo El Azabache Morales, a Venezuelan fugitive. In 4 years, his syndicate committed 2,400 crimes worldwide. Kidnappings, murders, organ trafficking, executions streamed online to spread terror. 2 weeks earlier, his mercenaries killed a U.S. Coast Guard officer. These weren't street thugs. They were trained soldiers with modern weapons. For 15 months, every attempt to seize Santa Muerte failed. Morales used civilians as shields, daring the world to stop him. When Poseidon's radar locked on the target, the San Diego Command Center fell silent. They had found it, the largest drug ship in history. This time, America wouldn't let it escape. The hunt had begun. 1:05 a.m., 31,000 feet above the Pacific. Lieutenant Sarah Coleman froze as her infrared screen revealed a glowing silhouette. Over 320 feet long, thermal pulses matching chemical reactors, Santa Muerte had resurfaced. The signal raced to Task Force Trident, a joint Navy JSOC command in San Diego. Within 11 minutes, 96.9% thermal match, no transponder, no ID. Deep in its hull, 6 reactors burned like beacons. The Pentagon classified it Level Red, a $12 billion narcotics superstructure drifting through international waters. At 2 a.m. Eastern, a secure call reached the White House. President Trump listened as advisors detailed the target. Then he said, "We're not talking drugs anymore. We're talking slavery on the high seas. America will not stand by while our people are chained in the dark. I want this ship taken. Tonight." At 2:12 a.m., he signed Operation Iron Tide, the most complex maritime strike since World War II. The plan? 42 stealth UAVs with precision microcharges, 24 Hammerhead X subs to jam radar and comms, 12 Virginia-class attack subs carrying 480 Navy SEALs, and Delta Force operators supported by U.S. CG Cutter Stratton. Encrypted orders rippled across the Pacific. Every drone, every submarine moved toward one target. Santa Muerte would not vanish again. 2:16 a.m. The ocean held its breath. Waves barely stirred. Inside subs, men waited for the word, go. Drones slipped beneath black water like predators scenting blood above. Poseidon swept mist and shadow. Then through comms. Target confirmed. From 3 Navy ships, 24 Hammerhead X drones glided into the depths. No explosives, only electromagnetic jammers to kill radar, radio, even satellite links. Within minutes, the ocean became a weapon. By 2:23, Santa Muerte went blind. Screens froze. Lights dimmed. Comms died mid-sentence. On the bridge, mercenaries stared at static. They didn't know the Navy had built an invisible cage around them. Then from below, the hunters surfaced. 12 Virginia-class subs rose in a wide circle. Water cascaded off steel hulls as hatches opened. 480 SEALs emerged, faces masked, weapons ready. Mission: infiltrate, rescue, end the nightmare. 2:26 a.m. The sky erupted. 42 Spectre Hawk UAVs dove like shadows, each carrying a micro-warhead, enough to kill a guard without harming the ship. In 50 seconds, 38 sentries fell. Silent flashes lit the deck, then vanished. Panic spread. Morales' men fired blindly into darkness. Radios dead, drones grounded. It felt like the sea itself had turned against them. 2:30 a.m., SEALs scaled the hull, steel hooks biting into plates. Teams rose like phantoms through mist and salt water. Above, drones circled the bridge, drawing eyes upward while SEALs breached vents and shafts below. Inside, chaos reigned, doors bursting, gas grenades hissing, muffled shots echoing. Every move rehearsed, every second counted. Within 5 minutes, the outer deck was secure. For the first time, Santa Muerte, the ship the world feared, was surrounded, silenced under American control. But the hardest part was next, the fight inside 2:31 a.m. The ocean was calm, but inside Santa Muerte, steel corridors screamed with chaos. Defenses blind, comms dead. 6 SEAL teams advanced, 5 from below, 1 from above. Every second mattered. Team Alpha climbed a maintenance shaft to the bridge. Behind metal doors, 18 elite guards with laser sights and heavy rifles. SEALs didn't charge. 2 flashbangs dropped through a vent. They stormed from above, sweeping the room in 40 seconds. Every guard fell. The command deck was theirs. Team Bravo pushed toward the weapons bay. The battle for Santa Muerte had begun. The air reeked of oil and explosives. Hundreds of rifles, RPGs, and anti-air missiles lined the walls. Using fiber optic cameras, SEALs mapped 4 hidden detonators. One wrong step could have blown the ship apart. They cut each wire in silence, then neutralized 9 mercenaries guarding the stockpile, 0 American casualties. Below, Team Charlie reached the nightmare everyone feared. 300 civilians locked in reinforced cages. Many were too weak to stand. Others screamed for help. When SEALs opened the first gate, guards tried to use hostages as shields, but the Americans were faster. In night vision, flashes of motion, a blur, a strike, a fall, knives instead of bullets. Silence instead of chaos. Within minutes, every guard was down, not one hostage harmed. Meanwhile, Team Delta breached the central lab inside. 6 glowing reactors, chemical vapor thick enough to choke the air. Dozens of drug workers froze as SEALs stormed in with gas masks and non-lethal grenades. Reactors shut down, valves sealed, evidence secured. The beating heart of Santa Muerte stopped cold. At the far end, Team Echo hunted the man behind it all, Gonzalo El Azabache Morales. He tried escaping through a hidden hatch beneath the engine room. When his biometric lock failed, he cursed and reached for his gun. But SEALs were already there. One flashbang, one shout, and the world's most wanted drug lord lay face down, handcuffed and silent. From first breach to final capture, 9 minutes, 32 seconds in that time, a $12 billion empire collapsed, 300 hostages freed, and the ocean's most feared fortress broken. 03:05 a.m. The guns were silent. Smoke cleared. Santa Muerte, once a ghost of terror, now drifted powerless in the dark Pacific, surrounded by American warships. The U.S. flag shimmered faintly on the waves as helicopters thundered overhead, carrying medics, engineers, and recovery teams. The operation had ended, but its aftermath was only beginning. On lower decks, 300 civilians were escorted into open air. Some blinked in disbelief after months underground. Some wept. Many could barely walk. Every face carried exhaustion and relief. Medics from USS Arlington and USCG Cutter Stratton swarmed aboard, turning Santa Muerte's deck into a floating field hospital. Under floodlights, triage tents rose. Navy corpsmen worked without pause, treating dehydration, chemical burns, and starvation. For some, the taste of clean water was enough to make them cry 03:40 a.m. Navy EOD teams began cataloging what the cartel left behind. The numbers were staggering. 30 tons of heroin, 42 tons of cocaine, 20 tons of crystal meth, 6 active reactors still running when SEALs entered, 300 military-grade weapons, including US-made rifles sold illegally overseas, and 8 encrypted hard drives with logistics routes, offshore accounts, and names of 70-plus corrupt officials across 3 continents. Every container was a crime scene. Each barrel of chemical waste told a story of greed and misery. 04:13 a.m., under darkness, a blacked-out MH-60 Seahawk touched down. SEAL team. Echo escorted a hooded man up the ramp. Gonzalo El Azabache Morales, the once untouchable drug lord, now stood barefoot, trembling, silent. His empire had fallen in less than 10 minutes. The helicopter lifted off toward an undisclosed U.S. facility. Morales would never see open water again. When dawn broke, sunlight spilled across the shattered ship. Reporters worldwide received the Pentagon's brief statement: "The United States will not tolerate floating factories of death. No ocean is too wide. No criminal too hidden." Behind that calm message lay the price of courage. 2 SEALs remained in critical condition aboard USS Arlington. Yet not one hostage died, not one civilian lost. By sunrise, Santa Muerte was towed toward a secure naval port. Will this victory change the tides of global crime or spark the next shadow war? By dawn on August 22, 2025, the Pacific was calm again. What began as a secret mission ended as one of the most decisive maritime victories in U.S. history. Operation Iron Tide was more than a rescue. It was proof that when America moves, it moves with precision, power, and purpose. Across Santa Muerte's deck, the stars and stripes waved where the cartel's black banner once flew. Every scorch mark on the steel hull was a reminder of what courage can accomplish. In just 9 minutes and 32 seconds, a $12 billion empire built on blood and addiction was erased. It was a victory born from discipline and sacrifice, of 480 SEALs and Delta Force operators who dove into darkness with no promise of return, and intelligence officers who spent months tracking a ghost through waves. Their success sent a clear message. No ocean is too deep, no criminal beyond reach. But this story carries a deeper lesson. Evil doesn't always wear a uniform or fly a flag. Sometimes it hides on the open sea in shadows of greed and power. When it does, it takes men and women of courage to stand between freedom and fear. That is the legacy of Iron Tide, a reminder that safety demands eternal vigilance, and America's strength lies not only in weapons, but in will. As the first rays touched the Pacific, the radio crackled with a final transmission. Mission complete, all hostages safe. The ocean is ours again.